Hi, my name is Joel.
My name is Pocky.
And my name is Nova.
And this is our process of making our Meridian stories fancy frogs. Alright, we started out looking through the Meridian stories. We picked some that we liked, but we decided to pick the board game one because we thought that would be cool and it'd have a lot of creativity in it. So we started out by thinking about different games that we liked and some of our favorite parts of those games. Like in life, we like the board. In Catan, we like the building parts. And we kind of started out like from there, and we started to read the instructions and just thinking on how we're gonna do this.
With the ideas of the board games put together, we kind of realized that we needed a first draft, like a rough draft of the board shape. So we made one, and we knew that this wouldn't be our final board, but it was just something to go off of. And while we were thinking of the board idea, we were thinking of like other playing pieces and other functions to the game. So we thought that we could do building, and that's how you could reach the end. You could build the tallest tower, or like a tower to a certain height, or you could get to the end of the board, like make a really long board and get to the end, and stuff like that. We never really finished deciding that at that point in time.
We also then realized that we weren't thinking about the documentary at all. So we started thinking about different ways we can make the documentary. Like, we could film it like a commercial, selling the game maybe. We could also have it like people playing the game. We also thought about how we could have the board game in it. And if we were gonna just show pictures, or are we gonna actually play it in real time?
We started back thinking of the game instead of the documentary. And what we did that I last said, and what Joel last said, was in our class period. And we weren't really finished with our idea, but we were out of time, so we brought it back to our advisory so we could have more opinions on the matter. We decided to start thinking about playing pieces, and at first we thought they could just be random shapes, just like a triangle or like a pyramid or something like that. But someone in our class brought up the idea that the playing pieces could be frogs. We didn't really know how we could pull it off, how we could make them, so we just kind of set that to the side and didn't really think much of it.
Oh, we had lots of ideas, but we weren't making decisions. Like, we kept saying that we were going to make a decision about, like, the ending of the game, but we always just ended up making more ideas. But that's when Nova came along.
And I can actually kind of make decisions.
So after Nova came, we started making lots more decisions, and we also read through the introduction, or the rules, and what we actually had to do in the board game. And we saw that we needed math in it, so we started thinking that maybe we could have dice in it as probability. We also thinking that we could have spinner as our like mover, but we didn't think that that'd be easy to pull off.
So we came up with the idea of cards with questions on them. And we first were bringing in the idea of the game Who Knew It, and we thought, oh, the cards could have questions about your peers. But we realized that different people, if this ever did become a real game, were going to play it from all around the world or whatever. And so we realized that that wouldn't work very well, so we were thinking maybe we could have the players write down stuff about their peers. But we thought that that wouldn't work either, because not a lot of people are going to want to write just to play a fun game. So we came up with the idea of trivia.
So after scrapping the witchcraft idea, we really didn't have a real theme for the game. So maybe the frog part of the game could actually work. So we started making questions about frogs that you could answer, and different levels, of questions, and based on how hard they were.
Depending on how hard the question was would depend on what type of token you got. So, for example, like if you answered a really hard question, you could get a token that's worth, I don't know, 12 points, and then you could buy a certain dice with the coin so you can progress and have more of a chance. But it's also fair to your peers because even if you're going to get a dice that goes up to 12, you can still get like a 1. So it's fair to everyone, and it's just fun.